What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Chelsea Road to Glory, and thank you guys so much for joining me for the first episode. I really hope you guys all enjoyed it. And now in this episode, I'm actually excited because I do have some gameplay for you guys, which I am excited to get into. I'm excited to see how the team plays and things like that. But before we do that, as you guys may already be able to tell, EA have reset my settings. And now I told you guys in the first episode, EA has to fix this. They have to fix this. It is pretty annoying to have to go in and fix my settings every single time. And now the reason that I am actually doing this as well is because I am getting FPS drops, and I really should not be. This game is not very demanding on a graphics processing card, so it is or graphics processing unit. So it's pretty annoying to be getting FPS drops when this game continuously resets my settings. But anyway, not gonna let that get us down, because all that matters is that we are here, we are playing, and we are having fun playing the game, at least so far. So anyway, today we are looking at our two first Evos of the year. Yes, that's right. I saw that there was a center back Evo, so without a doubt, I have to put Levi Colwill into that. He is probably our best defender. Unfortunately, right now in real life, he is injured, so he's not playing, but in FIFA, it was a no-brainer. Or I say in FC, it was a no-brainer. I had to Evo this Levi Colwill. Now, what is cool is EA did make Evos repeatable, or some of them. So I will definitely be using that repeatable Evo on Wesley Fofana as well, because I think when he is fit, he's probably our second best center back at the club, debatably. I mean, Tosin played pretty well towards the end of the season there. And then Chalobah's talented, but I don't know. Maybe Maresca doesn't rate him. I didn't rate him that much either. But anyway, yes, after Colwill, we will be Evoing João Pedro into this first kind of Evo that they have here for us. The first paid Evo of the year anyway, which I think is a little bit despicable. I'm not going to lie. I feel like it's a little bit too pricey anyway. I mean, I'm sure at this point, a lot of players do have 30K, but you know, when the game actually releases, which is sometime this week, I'm not sure that right at the beginning of the year, a lot of people will have 30K unless they're ripping packs. And if it's not 30K, then it's also going to be the 500 FIFA points, which is, again, a little bit slimy, a little bit scummy from EA to make paid Evos already into the game. But anyway, just looking at what else we can do, seeing who else we can Evo here before we actually get into the gameplay. I looked at Pedro Neto and some other ones. I looked at João Pedro and some other ones, but I think for the ones that are here, I will most likely be doing William Esteval. I'm really trying to get him as high rated as I can, at least until his future stars come out, which is going to be inevitable. But anyway, into some gameplay here. We are playing the DKT, or the early elimination tournament. My opponent here was very quick on the ball. I was a little bit cold. This was, I didn't play any type of warm-up game, and this is really my first full game with this team. But anyway, my opponent's here on the attack. Camavinga with the shot, and Sanchez with a really nice save here. So we're going to go ahead and get the ball out of the box. Neto gets the ball, plays it into Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer plays the through ball into João Pedro. I thought I could fake my opponent out here with some step overs, but I do clear him anyway, and I go for the pass across the box to Reece James, who puts it in the back of the net for the first goal of the game. And yes, that is our captain. His debut game, he gets a goal. Anyway, straight from kickoff, my opponent gets on the attack here. Florian works into Ruggeri. Ruggeri does beat Reece James for pace, but Reece James is able to recover his position. He plays the ball into Camavinga. Luckily, Cucurella is there to get the cut back across the box. Fofana gets the ball into Cucurella, and then we're going to get here on the attack. Palmer plays it out to Gittins. Gittins beats Araujo for pace, and then we're going to go ahead and play the ball across the box. That was a driven pass, but unfortunately, it got to nobody. Now, my opponent here on the attack, he does play that through ball into Chiesa. You know what? Chiesa is always a little bit difficult for me to defend in foot, at least at the beginning of the year. He's slippery. He's got a strong body type, so he's fast. He's strong, shakes off challenges. And then, of course, with a low driven shot, he puts it across the face of the goal into the back of the net to make it 1-1. Enzo into Palmer. Araujo cuts that out, but Palmer recovers the ball. João Pedro plays it to Jamie Bino Gittins. I'm here with João Pedro. Shoot it across the face of goal. Went for the low driven myself, but Ter Stegen makes a great save. To be fair, that was a pretty weak shot. Anyway, across the ball into Fofana. Fofana, I don't know where that header was going, but my opponent is able to get it out of the box. Back on the attack here, Caicedo plays it into Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer with beautiful footwork, gets through on goal, shoots it across the goal to make it 2 2-1. I was feeling it a little bit, but I could feel I was still cold. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the first half. Into the second half here, my opponent again with the 1-2s, plays it into Camavinga to Wirtz. This game did switch me over to Colville. I tried to switch to Fofana, but what can you do about the switching mechanics? My opponent makes it 2-2. Anyway, Cole Palmer plays the ball into João Pedro, and what can I say there besides, I choked it a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I was cold. But anyway, into Chiesa with a beautiful finish across the face of goal into the top corner. There was nothing really Sanchez can do about that to make it 3-2. So now we are trailing. Anyway, João Pedro into Palmer. Palmer with some beautiful footwork, tries to get it through, plays it through to João Pedro across the face of goal. Ter Stegen with a great save. I aimed for the far post, but the ball went near post. And Ter Stegen makes a great save. Anyway, Ruggeri here back on the ball, plays the ball back to Wirtz. Wirtz plays it across to his center mid. Seeger plays it into Ferran Torres with a great shot into the bottom right corner of the net. And again, it was just out of reach for Sanchez, but that's pretty much going to be ball game there. Nothing really too much I could do besides have better finishing. Even there with that shot with Neto across the face of goal, Ter Stegen makes a great save. Across it when Reece James. Fofana gets on the end of it. That shot is blocked. I played it across, but I wind up losing the ball there to Chiesa. One more time with Neto. Go for the finesse. Ter Stegen with a great save, and that's going to be the end of the game. So first game into the tournament, and we do get eliminated. Now that's okay. We're back into the tournament. We're going to play another game here, and this time I was feeling it. I was a little bit upset. Felt a little hard done by the last game. So anyway, Palmer's going to play João Pedro, and João Pedro with a beautiful left-footed finish into the bottom corner to make it 1-0 right here at the beginning of the game. Palmer back on the ball, going to play it through to João Pedro. João Pedro with a roulette into Caicedo, back to João Pedro, back to Palmer, through to Enzo, who's going to finesse into the side net to make it 2-0 very early into the game. Gittins on the ball here, some step overs with great pace, plays it into Palmer. Palmer back to Gittins with a finesse shot, side net 3-0, just like that. If you can't tell, I was a little bit upset. James is going to play it through to Palmer. Palmer's going to play it back to Pedro. Pedro back to Caicedo, into Pedro Neto, finesse shot, miss. I was a little upset about that one, but that's okay. Cole Palmer's going to lose the ball, get it back really quickly, going to do a flare pass into Caicedo. Caicedo to João Pedro, beautiful space across the face of goal, 4-0. Caicedo to Enzo. Enzo to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is going to play it through to João Pedro. João Pedro into Enzo. Left foot, miss. Enzo back on the ball, plays it into Gittins. Gittins to Palmer. Palmer back to Gittins. Gittins, finesse shot, goal. 5-0 in the 28th minute of the game. I was really feeling it here. Neto is going to play the ball into Fofana. Fofana's going to play it back out to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto's got wide open space, going to play it into Caicedo. Stop and turn from João Pedro across the face of goal. Miss. Should have scored that. Palmer into João Pedro. João Pedro back in on goal. Going to go for a flare shot. I tried to do a Trivela, but I forgot here. FC26. No Trivelas unless you have the trait, but that's okay. João Pedro back in on his weak foot into the side net to make it 6-0. Palmer on the ball. Palmer into Caicedo. Caicedo into Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto in on goal. Across the face. Finesse. Goal. Side net to make it 7-0 right at halftime. Into the second half, João Pedro into Palmer. Palmer into João Pedro. João Pedro back to Palmer. I should have played that ball on the ground. I don't know why I put it in the air, but we didn't get the goal there, but that's okay. Back on the attack here. Enzo into Palmer. Palmer into Gittins. Gittins is going to finesse that to make it 8-0. Beautiful composed finish there from Bino Gittins. Enzo into Gittins again. Gittins across the goal to Esteval, the Brazilian wonder kid, to make it 9-0. First game for the team. First goal for the team. João Pedro into Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer with a beautiful Trivela into the back of the net to make it 10-0. Cucurella on the ball into Palmer, into João Pedro. João Pedro out to Jamie Bino Gittins. Jamie Bino Gittins, beautiful skill, gets in the box, plays it to Caicedo, holds up the ball across the Esteval, finesse. One game, 2 goals, 2 shots, 2 goals. Beautiful from Esteval. Esteval into João Pedro to Palmer to Caicedo, back to Esteval. Goes for the long finesse. Just over. In FC25, I would have timed that, and that would have been a great goal there from Esteval. Anyway, great pressure here. Cole Palmer into Esteval. Esteval across the face of goal at the near post to make it 12-0. The kid was flying with a debut hat trick. Way too insane. James into Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer with the Burba into the near post to make it 13-0. And that is going to be the end of that game. We decisively put that one to bed. And yes, Cole Palmer to make it 13-0. Anyway, back into the menus here. We're just going to collect what we can here from the objectives, try and get any SP for the season pass, and then, of course, collect any packs that are available there. And then, of course, we're going to open those packs, and that essentially is going to be the end of the video. We also were looking for the Chelsea kit, which doesn't seem to be on the market. I'm not sure why it's not on the market. Maybe it's because they're not sponsored. But yes, since early access first dropped, I've been looking for this kit and I've been unable to get the kit. But anyway, that's essentially going to be the end of the episode. I hope you guys did enjoy it. It's always a pleasure having you guys join me here on this road to glory. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.